lately there has been a lot of talk about cryptocurrencies. It seems like everyone's only talking about cryptocurrencies, about bitcoins, that the market has gone up, it has crashed. There are Litecoins, there is Ripple, there is Ethereum, there are Dogecoins. What are these coins? Who's determining their rates? How is the market going up? Why is it crashing? Why is everyone talking about cryptocurrencies? Why have so many people lost money? There are too many questions, but we're not going to answer all of them in this video. I'm going to answer the basic essential questions, the answers of which you need to understand what is happening regarding cryptocurrencies in the world all around us. Simply speaking, cryptocurrency is digital money. Okay, when you talk about physical money, this is one of the forms of physical money. When you see a note like this, you know that its worth is rupees 500. Similarly, digital money also has a value attached to it. Now, digital money cannot be seen, it cannot be touched, but it does have a monetary value attached to it, and you can convert it to the currency that you use using an exchange platform. Now, bitcoins were the first type of cryptocurrencies and the first kind of blockchain. Then came altcoins. Altcoins essentially mean alternate coins, which are similar to bitcoins but obviously have a different format in which they function. Examples of these are NEO, Litecoin, there is Dogecoin, there is Ethereum, there are many more. And the third category of cryptocurrency is tokens, which are essentially for decentralized applications. The examples of these are Civic, BitDegree, and vPower. Crypto transactions are supported by blockchain technologies. Now, blockchain technologies essentially make use of a network of computers to keep track of transactions made in cryptocurrencies. It is a network of computers and not just a centralized banking system that you would generally see in terms of physical money. And this blockchain is a shared database. So cryptocurrencies can be bought using various exchange platforms. These exchange platforms are easily and readily available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Once you've downloaded the apps, you need to set up your KYC details, you need to put in your credentials, you will need to set up a wallet within the app in which you transfer some money from your bank account and keep, and it's from that wallet that you can start transacting and making purchases or sales in the cryptocurrency. Now, the popular Indian platforms include WazirX, CoinSwitch Kuber, CoinDCX Go, and with international trading platforms you have Coinbase and Binance. Now, cryptocurrencies are still unregulated in India. Now, what that means is that there is no statutory body or a set of guidelines to determine how these transactions of cryptocurrencies will be carried out. So anyone can start their own exchange platform and anyone can make their own coin and start selling it. So that is where there is a major gray area. So if you're planning to invest in cryptocurrencies, make sure that you get proper guidance, study the cryptocurrency, study its background, and only carry out the transaction on a trusted exchange platform. Now, in 2018, cryptocurrencies were banned in India. India's central bank had actually directed banks to suspend accounts of players who were involved in the purchase and sale of these currencies in India. Now, in 2020, the ban was lifted, and as of now, cryptocurrencies are legal in India. But earlier this year, in 2021, another bill was proposed to suggest that cryptocurrencies should be banned in India again.